morning. Everyone please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Call this meeting to order. I'll entertain a motion for the reading and approval of the minutes of the last meeting. The question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Opportunity for public to address the board agenda items only. No one? Okay, thank you. Resolution 230246.
Approving the current payables, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the following payables. Lackawanna County General Fund numbers 362-393-363-052 inclusive, totaling $2,120,756.33. The county's electric fund transfers, including all payroll accounts, totaling $19,991,487.40. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Anyone have any questions? Everyone I'm sure has had an opportunity to review them. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Resolution 230243.
This declaration of disaster emergency, whereas on or about September 9th, 2023, severe thunderstorms caused flooding and threatened to cause injury, damage, and suffering to the residents and property of Lackawanna County, and whereas said flooding endangered the health, safety, and welfare of a substantial number of persons residing in Lackawanna County and threatened to create problems greater in scope than Lackawanna County may have been able to resolve. And whereas the Chief of Staff of Lackawanna County, the Chief Executive Officer of Lackawanna County on September 10th, 2023, did declare with the consent of the Board of Commissioners a declaration of local disaster emergency pursuant to 7501B of the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Services Act. And therefore, we, the undersigned commissioners of Lackawanna County, pursuant to the provisions of 7501 of the Emergency Services Act and 1.3-302T of the Lackawanna County Home Rule Charter, do hereby ratify said declaration of emergency and hereby declare the existence of an emergency existed on September 10th, 2023 in Lackawanna County. And further, we ratify the actions of the Lackawanna County Emergency Management Director to coordinate the activities of the emergency response, to take all appropriate action needed to alleviate the effects of this disaster, to aid in the restoration of essential public services, and to take any other emergency response actions deemed necessary to respond to this emergency. Still further, we ratify all actions by authorized officials of Lackawanna County to act as necessary to meet the exigencies of the emergency, namely the employment of temporary workers, by the rental of equipment, by the purchase of supplies and materials, and by entering such contracts and agreements for the performance of public work as was necessary and required to meet the emergency. All without regard to those time-consuming procedures and formalities normally prescribed by law, mandatory constitutional requirements accepted pursuant to the provisions of the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Services Code 35 PA CSA 7501 et al. This declaration shall take effect immediately upon passage pursuant to 1.3-310 of the Lackawanna County Home Rule Charter, adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, obviously we're talking about the flooding that happened in the Abingtons and Kaiser Valley. The day after, myself and Don and Joe Dorenzo went to the office and put this declaration together. We called all three of you.
Right. It's necessary for us to have the communities reimbursed for theirs.
It is, and it should be noted that because of this and what we're doing, there is the multi-agency resource center is opening up in Chinchilla tomorrow. The hours are going to be Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This goes, obviously, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The representatives of the EMA, PEMA, Department of Human Services, Pennsylvania Insurance Department, Attorney General's Office, the County Department of Health, the American Red Cross, and the Department of Environmental Protection will be on hand for assistance and answer any questions of those affected from the flooding. Colts is also running buses there. That is on page 4 today. It's on our website and in our social media. We'll get that out more to the public with the other meeting.
This is a comprehensive endeavor to help all these people. It's not just setting up laptops. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Resolution 230232.
Entry into a plowing agreement, being resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve an amended agreement with Frank Morrell, P.O. Box 415 Dunmore, to provide snow plowing services to access the emergency service towers at Blair Hill and the WNEP tower at $600 a plow for a term of 5 years commencing December 1st, 2023, and terminating November 30th, 2028. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners, Lackawanna County, held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our General Counsel, Mr. Don Frederickson.
Good morning, Commissioners. What this is we're renewing a contract with Mr. Morrell. Mr. Morrell plows the access roads into two towers, the Blair Hill Tower and the WNEP Tower, where our emergency 911 services are provided off of those towers for communications. It's $600 a plow, so if it doesn't snow, he doesn't get paid. If he has to plow once or twice, or how many times he gets paid per plow.
This is an ongoing.
This has been ongoing. Yeah, he's been providing the service for a number of years at the
Okay,
county.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion,
On the question, all in favor? Aye.
even though I don't want to think about winter yet.
No, it's getting there, though.
Yeah, I know.
Resolution 230233.
Approving a professional service agreement for the Area Agency on Aging. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the professional service agreement for the Area Agency on Aging with Howard McIntosh, 205 Autumn Drive, Moscow, Pennsylvania, 18444, for the fiscal years 23 through 26. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is the AAA's Community Service Administrator, Ms. Susan Malia.
The contract amount shall not exceed $26,000, average 25 hours per week at $20 an hour for each fiscal year covered by this agreement. Outreach includes provision of education and assistance in applying for benefits for disabled, low-income, minority, and/or isolated persons. Services are provided in a consumer's residence or a community setting. Outreach tasks supplement care management activities and are completed at the request of the Area Agency on Aging. Primary responsibilities include, but are not limited to, assistance with completion of property and rent rebates, PACE applications, LIHEAP, energy assistance, and PA 600 forms.
Anyone have any questions for Susan? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, and also I'd just like to speak a little bit about the senior health fair, if that's okay?
Go right ahead.
Okay. The Lackawanna County Commissioners, the county's Community Outreach and Communications Department, and its Area Agency on Aging are conducting a senior health fair, a free event that is scheduled for Friday, September 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Geisinger Champions Club at PNC Field, 235 Montage Mountain Road in Moosic. The fair, which will host 51 exhibitors, including 10 county departments, will offer information on a variety of programs, services, living arrangements, legal information, sight and hearing data, transportation, and financial advice. Flu, COVID boosters, and other vaccine shots will be given continuously throughout the day by staff from DePietros and Hometown Health. Attendees will need to provide their insurance and/or Medicare cards and name as a means of matching them to the serum batch that they receive. The guests will be able to visit all of the vendor displays, take part in the various medical screenings, and other services being provided. Bagged lunch tickets will be given out to the first 300 people. There will also be various giveaways at the booths and prize drawings. The Lackawanna County District Attorney's Office will be conducting an anonymous prescription and non-prescription drug take-back at the senior health fair. No injectable units or devices can be accepted. Transportation will be offered to the health fair from senior community center locations.
And I believe Secretary Pavulich and Secretary Pat Brown of Aging and Revenue will be there to announce some
Yes.
programs.
That's correct.
Okay.
They will both be there.
I think the
Great
programs
program.
are.
Thank you.
And relief assistance, too, from the state, right?
Thank you.
Thanks, Susan. All right. Resolution 230234.
approving the provider contract for the Office of BHIDEI. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the provider contracts between the Department of Human Services, Lackawanna, Susquehanna Behavioral Health, Intellectual Disabilities Early Intervention Program, and their provider, Pure Star LLC, 214 College Park Plaza, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, 15904 for the fiscal years 23 through 24. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is the Administrator of the Behavioral Health Program, Ms. Mickey Drechel.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Peer Star is going to be providing specifically forensic peer support services, which are specialized services provided in prison and the community to individuals who are involved with the criminal legal system with a diagnosed mental illness and/or substance use disorder. The prison program includes re-entry planning and evidence-based citizens group classes to assist individuals in returning to the community and breaking the cycle of reincarceration. Peer supports work closely with law enforcement, corrections, probation, parole, the judiciary, and other community stakeholders.
Anyone have any questions?
Nope, they were part of the reentry festival yesterday at Courthouse Square, so, yeah, it's a good group.
Great.
Yes. All right, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Okay, Resolution 230235.
Approving local share count submissions, whereas Lackawanna County is interested in promoting economic development and revitalization in Lackawanna County, and whereas the Lackawanna County is submitting grant applications to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development through the Monroe County Local Share Grant Program on behalf of various agencies as per attached. Whereas Lackawanna County hereby authorizes the chair of the Lackawanna County Board of Commissioners to sign and authorize all documents and accept any awards related to these Monroe County Local Share Account grants. And now therefore be it resolved this 20th day of September 2023, bless you, that the Lackawanna County Board of Commissioners does hereby authorize the submission of these applications to the Monroe County Local Share Account Grant Program on behalf of the above-named entities and their respective projects. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Economic Development Grants Manager, Sandy Pshinsky.
Sandy?
Good morning, everyone. This is a second round. At the previous commissioners' meeting, there were 12 applications put forward for approval for application. This is another 13.
Anyone have any questions for Sandy? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You.
Great job.
Thank you.
Resolution 230236.
Approving the OIFS professional service agreements. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approved the Department of Human Services Office of Youth and Family Service professional service agreements for the fiscal year 23 through 24 with the following: the Children's Advocacy Center, IJIS Institute, Justice Works, Gelada, Marley's Mission, Outreach Center for Community Resources, Penn State, and Richard Gold LLC. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that or answer any of your questions is the Director of Human Services, Mr. Bill Browning.
Morning, Commissioners. The professional service agreements run the gamut from forensic assessment with the Child Advocacy Center, Gelada, which is a data sharing software to allow us to integrate health data with other data, and in part in preparation for our certification for Department of Health. Justice Works is for independent living, second chance grant for drug and alcohol services. Both outreach contracts are to assist in the providing of child welfare services. Penn State is for the Successful Prosper program, which has been in effect for probably close to 20 years now. And then we have consultant grants for SAMS to help manage that contract, as well as the violence prevention grant in schools, and that's the STOP grant.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Browning? Entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Question, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. Resolution 230-237.
Approving OYFS provider agreements. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the Department of Human Services Office of Youth and Family Service provider agreements for the fiscal year 23 through 24 with the following: Adolfo Village, Bethany Home Incorporated, Bradley Center, Children's Aid Society of Mercer County, Children's Service Center of Wyoming Valley Incorporated, Shore Youth and Family Services, Concern Kids Peace, the Blair Foundation, United Neighborhood Centers, Valley Youth House, and the Wayne County Children and Youth Services. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Once again, Mr. Chairman, here is Director Browning.
Browning. Bill?
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at, these are a continuation of primarily placement grants, placement options. Adelphi, Bethany, Bradley, Children's Aid, Children's Service Center, Chore, Concern, Kids Peace, Bear, Valley Youth House, and Wayne are all for either shelter care services or residential placement and foster care. The United Neighborhood Center contract is to assist us in finding placement for youth transitioning out of foster care.
Okay, anyone have any questions for Bill? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 230-238.
Approving an OIFS agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the Department of Human Services Office and Youth Family Service Professional Service Contract with the IJIS Institute to create protocols for Coalition for Safe Schools and Communities for the fiscal year 23 through 24. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Once again, here is Mr. Browning.
Okay, and this is why I was confused. This is to cover the STOP grant through the last state fiscal year, and that was provided through a grant. So this is the same STOP grant, Prevention of Violence grant in schools, but it is for the previous time period. So we needed a contract for that. And then the one that I had mentioned under the professional service contract is the continuation going forward from 10-1, which would then be a different grant, but still the same service.
Anyone have any questions for Bill? Entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. And your last one, Bill, 230-242.
Approving the OIFS Detention Center Agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the Department of Human Services Office and Youth and Family Service Detention Center Agreements for the fiscal year 23 to 24 with Chore Youth and Family Services, 1010 Center Avenue, Reading, Pennsylvania, at a rate of $370 per day. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Once again, here is Director Browning.
This is to address our ongoing issue, trying to find beds for juvenile offenders. Although this is a detention center agreement, it's actually for shelter beds. So these are non-secure beds, but it's for a bed hold for four beds at the Children's Home of Reading. So these would be kids that couldn't be maintained in the community, but don't necessarily require a locked facility, but we need somewhere to put them. So they will reserve those beds for us.
It's a difficult problem right now.
It's an incredible problem that we have offenders we're trying to keep in the community through bracelets. We're trying to find beds. Unfortunately, when we're dealing with private detention facilities, they could ask for their ejection for displaying criminal behavior while they're incarcerated, which seems ludicrous, and it is, but that's the situation we're in right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the beds that are the problem, it's the staffing for these places that's the issue, yeah.
Yep.
Big problem in the world. Okay, thank you. Anyone have any questions for Bill? Entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Resolution 230-244.
Entering into an engagement letter. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby accept and enter into an engagement letter with Rogowski Law, PA, after receiving the recommendation of the Pension Board for Litigation and Recovery Monitoring Services of the Lackawanna County Employees Retirement Fund Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our General Counsel, Mr. Don Frederickson.
Good morning again, Commissioners. What this is one of these monitoring companies where they monitor our pension funds to see if there was any kind of shenanigans going on with the stocks we own, and if so, they will alert us to that fact, and then if we want to proceed with a lawsuit against them, we can do so. This was approved by the pension board last week, and of course, you have to get final
cost to the
approval.
county.
It does not cost the county any money. They monitor for free, and then they alert us, and then if we choose to sue, we could use them or another firm. We're not committed to using that firm either.
Okay, thank you. Anyone have any questions for Tom? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Question, all in favor? Aye. Resolution 230245.
Approving a consulting services agreement, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve and enter into a consulting services agreement with John Foley of 417 Schoolside Drive, Troop, for 12 months, commence September 1st, 2023, with an option to extend at $60 an hour and up to 20 hours per week. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, once again, Mr. Foley's expertise, and especially with the older cases that are still pending and going through the court system, is warranted.
Yep.
And at $60 an hour, it's a pretty good price for the.
I agree. Okay, anyone have any questions about that? Entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
No question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Resolution 230247.
Authorizing the submission of a library grant. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby authorize the submission of the Keystone Grant for Public Library Facilities application by the Lackawanna County Library System on behalf of the Scranton Public Library, and does hereby authorize the Chief of Staff or Deputy Chief of Staff to execute the application. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is the Scranton Public Library's Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Scott Thomas.
Hi. This is a Keystone Grant for Library Facilities, and it's a state grant funded by the realty transfer tax, and its goal is to make libraries accessible, energy efficient, and our Nancy K. Holmes branch at the corner of Greenridge Street and Wyoming Avenue was built in 1891, and it is none of those things. And so what our plan is to put a new entrance in the back of the building that is accessible, and a ramp and a handicap parking spot on Wyoming Avenue, and then to reconfigure the interior so that it's accessible, a new restroom, and then replace the lighting in the windows. And so that whole project, our estimates say is $667,400. Now, this particular grant is a match, and so we do have the match through fundraising and grants. We have the $333,700. So that's in place. So the grant would be for the other half of that. And I know the library applies for lots of grants, and typically we don't have to come before you for them, but in this case, the municipality has to apply. The library can't itself, which is why we're coming through to you, and we'll do all the work. We're applying for the grant and all the management of it, and we'll be informed in February if we're successful, and after that, we'll begin the procurement and things like that if we are. So any questions?
No, that's a great project. It's a lot of work for a little building, and you wouldn't think it'd cost that much money.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone have any questions? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
Question, all in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you, aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Okay, Resolution 230239.
Appointments to the Workforce Development Board. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby reappoint the following to the Workforce Development Board. Melinda Arcuri, the Program Director for Marywood University, Title II Adult Basic Education Program, sitting as a representative of the Adult Education and Literacy. Term to commence on July 1st, 2023, and expire June 30th, 2026. Be it further resolved that the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby appoint the following individual to the Lackawanna County Workforce Development Board: Maurice Schaefer, Executive Director of the Outreach Center for Community Resources, sitting as the community-based organization representative. Term to commence on July 5th, 2023, and expire June 30th, 2026. Adopted at the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on September 20th, 2023. Mr. Chairman, As said in the resolution, Ms. Arcuri is the representative of the educational part of the Workforce Development Board. Mr. Gary Drabeck decided not to seek reappointment, so Ms. Lori Schaefer is being appointed in his place.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
A question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Okay, I'm going to make a motion 230240, a motion to award the sale of surplus equipment. Everyone has had an opportunity to see this. Joe, you want to talk a little bit about this?
Yes, good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Yes, Roads and Bridges property up at Mid-Valley Industrial Park had several piles of unused and unwanted equipment. We broke them down into 3 separate lots. Three bids were received, and the highest bid went to Gary Kazarowski.
Last week, we were up there and had an opportunity to see what they were bidding on, and the difference in the 3 bids is pretty,
Yeah, it was a
Dramatic.
significant amount of money that we made on this auction.
okay. All right, I made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. All right, 230241, a motion to award the Lackawanna County Wallace Road Bridge. Mr. Frank Suma, want to explain that to the board and the public?
Yes, yes. This motion is to award the construction contract for the replacement of the Wallace Road Bridge in Fell Township. The existing bridge is a single-span steel grate deck on stone abutments. It's at the end of its useful life and is proposed to be replaced with a precast arch on concrete pedestal foundations. We've conducted a public bid. We've received 8 bids, and we recommend the project be awarded to Macheski Construction of Mayfield, the lowest responsible bidder, at a price of $624,978.
Okay, as bridges go, that's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah. This one, we had a pretty competitive bid on this one, which is good. We were happy with the price.
Good. All right, I made a motion. Do we have a second? A question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, opportunity for the public to address the board.
Hi, Marie Schumacher, Scranton resident. The reason I'm here today is because I don't love government. I mean, I know we need it, but I like it small. And it seems as though we are trying to grow this county government. I never understood why you spent $5 million to buy that Fed Ed, I believe, was the building down on whatever, Franklin Avenue, I think. I don't know why we want to get into the health business. There's a lot after last month's meeting. For instance, I think I wrote it down. The University of Scranton and the Medical College decided to partner with a free clinic for uninsured residents. So we have other people who are willing to take care of this. Why do we want government to get their mitts in it too? I think it's unnecessary.
Okay, thank you.
And I think you should sell that building again, and that's what I believe. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. All right, one of the reasons we did it was it's the only way we could have afforded to do it was to get the money from the state. The only way we would have gotten the money from the state was if we did do that. And your statement about the university and different people doing things to help people, that's great, except when we had the pandemic, Lackawanna County was the only government agency that was open. Okay, the city was shut down, schools were shut down, state was primarily shut down. we had no option but to try to continue to work and try to continue to provide the services that are necessary because of children and youth and area agencies on aging, different things. It was necessary for us to do our own vaccine programs because we couldn't get assistance from all these other organizations. Without the help of Bill Browning, Brian Jeffers, everyone involved, we were amongst the highest in the state. The help from the state was sporadic. And this is something that they're encouraging us to do. And we have an elderly population. We have a lot of people that are in dire situations, and we're just trying to be helpful. We're not looking to grow county government. All right, Commissioner Sharmak, any?
Well, on that note too, also, because of the recent floods.
Yeah.
We Katrina Bauer, I know she's part of the, I forget exactly the name of her position, but, she involved the health department along with a lot of the people there, the inspectors, and they've been out going door to door on some of these houses that were flooded and damaged. So, that was a nice thing to be able to just pick up the phone and get our own health people on board. We have Tommy Taylor and Al Carney up at 911. Tom runs our EMA. They were out when the rain started, taking care of things. So they did a great job. They got PEMA involved, and they were out assessing damages. I know I was with them quite a bit, but it was a big job, and it's a lot going on. So I'm glad that we're having our meetings at Chinchilla Fire, which Brian mentioned earlier, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I do have a question. I know it has to do with the prison health care contract. I know that's up this year. I know I would like to look at, I wanted to put out another bid to see. I think we're being overcharged by them. They're not staffing like as per the contract. They're not providing the services as per the contract. So I think we should look into that. I don't think extending the contract is going to be the answer. So I'd really like to, talk about that and look into that. And I still have quite a few questions on our bond issue, which we need to sit down and talk about. I'd like to know about, detailed list, interest charges, repayment plans, projects. I have a lot of questions there as well, so.
Dave's on vacation. I'm sure that he could see.
I think you've had the opportunity to talk to Dave Balzoni, our CFO, and we'll be glad to continue those conversations. As far as the healthcare contract, we have a prison board meeting at 12:30. Maybe bring that up at that, and we'll talk about it more.
Well, okay, but the commissioners would approve contract.
They have to approve the contract, but again, it's if the prison is unhappy with it, we'll talk about it at the prison, and we'll discuss it. Commissioner Dominic?
I just want to second basically what Jerry said with regard to the Board of Health. I think as we move forward, and the Board of Health, our County Board of Health expands, I think that we're going to see why it is such a valuable resource for our residents. I did some research when we started looking into the counties that did have Board of Health and all the services that they offer, from helping people with, opioid addiction, giving them the Vivitrol shots, treating people with hepatitis, to helping new mothers learn how to breastfeed. So I think while there are other resources out there, I think having a county health department is really going to, once it gets moving and starts to really develop, people are going to see the advantages of it. And I just wanted to give an update with regard to my reassessment relief program. I decided that I don't think the lien process is the way to go, because it's counterproductive to what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save people money and give them a reprieve, not tack on additional costs. So I'm looking more of at a deferment program. So I'm still working on it, and it will be hopefully presented and approved by the end of my administration and our administration. And that's pretty much it.
And I just remember too, Katrina Bauer's emergency preparedness, that's the part that she does at the health department, which has everything to do with the recent flood, so it's definitely a necessity.
You know, everybody wants smaller government until they need something. Until the flood came, you know, everybody in Clark Summit and North Scranton and West Side, where all those problems happened, you know, complain about government, but they're the first ones you call. And the same thing during the pandemic. It's just the nature of the life. I understand the need for smaller government. I understand that. But on the other hand, there's a need for people. You know, we have a lot of people that are in need. Okay.
I say that about lawyers.
What, pardon?
No one likes lawyers until you need one. Wayne.
You want to talk about, we've lost someone this past week, and is a director who is a dear friend of all of ours and a really close friend of mine, Wayne Hiller from the Trolley Museum, and I just want to thank him for all his dedicated work for all those years, for the great job that he did, and I hope everyone remembers Wayne.
And I judge people pretty heavily now that I'm a mom based on how they interact with my child. And Wayne was always so sweet with Dylan and accommodating and just such a kind man. So he will be missed.
He will. He ran that Trolley Museum like it was his own business. He loved it.
Did a great job.
And probably one of the kindest individuals I've ever met. So he will be missed, especially by me.
So to his wife, Nancy, we're all very grateful. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
On the question, all in favor? Aye. Thank you.